Yes.
So the story was like this. I ate by my brother, and we were sitting at the table. There were no other adults there but me and my brother and his wife, if you can call me an adult.
There were children there.
There were children there. That means he had his 4 grandchildren for Shabbos without the parents. You see, that's also an interesting thing in itself, because we didn't grow up like that. But he is doing it, and actually my grandparents from my mother's side, they used to do it also. They used to take us for Shabbos without the parents. They wanted to have us. So, and that on that itself, I could give a whole talk about what it means, Lithuanian Jews, even those that were born in America. But we won't go into that now. So I was eating there, and he said at a certain point, I said to my sister-in-law, "Did you finish the year?" So she didn't understand what I meant. I meant, did you finish the year of Avelis? Her father died. I don't remember when it was. I do remember it was...
Oh, her father-in-law is Rabbi Langsam.
Rabbi Langsam is her father.
Who was he, by the way?
I don't know. He was a Talmud of Rav Hutner, and he was a Yaki from Frankfurt, and he had a lot of traits of a Yaki. He was very stubborn and he couldn't hear what the other person said. And he was very misudar in his life. Even though they weren't many generations in Germany, they were only, I think, 2 generations in Germany. I think they came from Galicia, maybe they came.
Well, the Einiglich of the Bnei Yisachar.
Yeah, the Einiglich of the Bnei Yisachar.
He was in the Sufi, the Bnei Yisachar.
Oh, that's a whole story. I don't know if I have to. The Klezmer Rabbi talked that he was lost and found. I don't know. But okay, we'll leave that. You know, you say the word Asufi, it arouses the curiosity of all the listeners, and I might have to talk about it. Let's leave it. Anyway, so, anyway, but he had all the traits of a German Jew, and he died this year. I think it was in the summer. I remember it was a hot day, and I was just curious if the year finished already. And I said to her, "Did you finish the year?" That was my lust, and she didn't understand what I meant. Maybe I should have explained it. And
you were talking about you were talking about him, or you just
saying?
School
year that she works in a girls' school of American girls that come here for a year, and she works there, which is run by Mrs. Zupnik, which lives across the street from her.
Well, the wife of the legendary Dov Zupnik.
Yeah, his wife. She runs a girls' school. They're of the girls' schools of a year. You know, there's such a tofa all over here. Girls that come for a year, you know, such a...
Yes.
And then they go back to America. I imagine that then when they talk Shidduchim, they say she was in Eretz Yisrael. Yeah, as if it makes a difference for later. Okay, maybe it does make a difference. The neshamas absorb certain kedusha, especially when they go to the wife of such a big Talmud Chacham like Dov Zupnik. So she works there. So she thought I meant that the school year finished. She said, "Yeah, it finished the 1st of July." I thought she didn't understand what I said. I just dropped the subject and kept quiet. Like I know somebody else would have said, "What? No, it's not what I meant. I meant over the year of Avelis." And so that could be mevich. And the word mevich means confuse or make the person feel uncomfortable, not just confused, uncomfortable. So the word mevich, and so we were saying that there's a column in a certain, a paper you call it, or a page.
A alone.
And alone, that they have a column called Lashon Klovech, which literally means the language of your dog.
It's a Rabbi Kaplan. It's a pasuk in Tehillim.
The pasuk in Tehillim, yeah. So, Lashon Klovech me'oyevim minehu. It's in Samach Ches. Now,
Wow.
So this column brings a few words that they use in modern Hebrew, which is wrong. These words in the real Lashon Kodesh mean something different, or could be something in the same subject but different. I mean, I remember, for example, one thing like the word nof. Nof means in modern Hebrew view, but it really means a branch. It means a branch. Everybody knows that. Anybody who learned Gemara knows that. The Gemara in Shabbos Daf Dalet Shadi Nofo Basar Ikra with the tree. That the nof, the branch goes after the ikar. The ikar is in Rishus HaYachid, so the branch is also Rishus HaYachid. And everybody knows the Gemara in the end of the second parak of Makis that talks about if the tree is standing in the year Miklat.
Well, Rabbi Kaplan, I don't want to argue on you, but it does say, besides the Gemara, it's a pasuk in Tehillim. Yovei Nov, Misos Kol Haaretz.
But they also admit the Mefarshim say a branch. What?
Oh, David Melch was talking about a branch of it. Okay.
A beautiful branch.
Oh, okay.
Look at it. I don't have it in front of me now. Okay, well, maybe we'll look it up later. But the Mefarshim, I once looked it up, and the Mefarshim, they also say a branch. Good, but but anyway, but it's not. These two Gemaras are very clear that it means a branch. So what do they make up the word nof means of you? That's the only thing I remember. Anyway, so I say there are a lot of things like that. Everybody knows also that the word chashmal.
Wait, he talks about, wait a minute, let's say, he talks about Yofei Nof, Misos Kol, he's talking about the beautiful branch that makes the whole...
It doesn't make sense, you say?
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you. We have to look it up. I mean, right now it's not Tachas Yodi and...
Okay, continue. Okay.
What?
Continue.
So maybe we'll talk about it some other time. Anyway, all the listeners are invited to look it up and to comment on this. So we use the word mevich, but this I would say is not so far from the real meaning of the word. The word comes from the pasuk of Amar Paro the Bnei Yisrael Nevuchim Heim Ba'aretz. They lost their way. They lost their direction in the land. They don't know where they're going. So that means confused. So it is the word what they call mevich. It does fit good. Anyway, this is all a side issue. But what I wanted to say is that I thought it would be mevich if I would say, no, it's not what I meant. I meant the year of Avelis. So I just kept quiet. But there are people that they wouldn't just keep quiet, not because they want to create an uncomfortable, awkward situation, only because they just can't think about what the other person thought and felt. They just can't do that. They know they asked a question and they know they didn't get an answer, and that's all that counts. And what you feel, they don't mean to create an awkward situation. They just don't know that the other person exists, that the other person is here, and they don't know that the other person's feelings are here. And the truth, I would say that we're all neitsche in this. We're all neitsche in this. And I just started saying that there was a German philosopher, his name was Nietzsche. Now, I used to walk home from shul every Shabbos with a Yid. His name was Label Weissfish. And it was a whole story in itself. He was a smart person. He wasn't learner, but he was definitely a Yerushalayim Yid. He had the time of Yerushalayim.
He was from the Baron family, Mani Lotoe.
Yeah, right. The Weissfish comes from the Baran, which the word Baran is Rosh Tevis Bihar Rav Nochem. That means there was Rav Nochem Shadik was the first one of that family that came from Lithuania to Eretz Yisrael. And I think he had 3 sons. And the name Weissfish, somehow they changed their name to Weissfish. I don't know when it happened, but it's that family. Nochem Shadik, they say that he had Gilui Eliyahu, that's what they say.
This is the Rav Nachum that the Chofetz Chaim was connected with?
I don't know, was it?
I don't know.
He was in Yerushalayim probably most of his life, I don't know.
No, okay, continue.
So, and the name of that family became Weissfish, I don't know when. And then it's Derech Agav, a few generations later in our times, there were some from that family that changed the name to Livanon. You know why?
Yes.
Because Livanon means Lovon Nun. Take the nun on both sides. A white fish, vice fish, a white fish. So they changed it to Livanon. Lovon Nun. Nun means fish. But anyway,
Like Yeshua ben Nun.
yeah, Yeshua ben Nun, the son of a fish, whatever.
It says his father Nun was swallowed by a fish, so he got that name.
Yeah, right. That's a medrash that is brought in the Sefer, one of the Seferim, the Ben Agrov, but it brings Midrashim. Okay, I see we're too much getting off the subject over here tonight.
Oh, we have a subject.
Anyway, but the label Weissfish used to read Nietzsche. And he used to always talk about Nietzsche. I asked him to say something over from him. He always said, oh, it's deep. But he never really said anything over it. This bothered me a little bit about him. But he used to let it be known that he lectures in all kinds of places on Nietzsche. Anyway, it got me interested. So I somehow got one of the books of Nietzsche. And I think it was from a used bookstore somebody brought me. And I didn't understand too much, but there's one line that stayed by me, that made an impression on me. The line goes like this. It says, what is good conversation? Good conversation means that somebody has an idea, and he needs a midwife to make the idea be born. So the second person comes and serves as a midwife to him. And that's good conversation. That's very good what Nietzsche is saying. That means like saying that good conversation means that one says, the other one listens, and he's actually like a midwife that helps the idea be born. If the first one would be alone, he would have the idea, but it's missing clarity. It's missing a lot. When he says it to somebody else, and I would say the other person listens and hears and comments on the way, so the idea develops as he's going on. So it becomes born as he's a midwife to this person's ideas. And I add, what's bad conversation? Bad conversation is somebody says his idea, and that lights up a spark in the other person's mind. Oh, I had some experience similar to that, or this reminds me, because he's talking about his story has to do with the color red, and I did something else with the color red. It has nothing to do with what he said, but the color red reminds me of my story, and of course my story is the most important thing in the world, because I'm the center of the world. So he just goes and says, I, this and this happened to me, like it once happened to me, such as that I was telling about.
Rabbi Caplan, we're